We've been discussing the energy and the way we've been feeling a little strange the past few days. Is that something to do with the energy?
There is heavy, heavy energy in the air right now. I can feel it. This vibration, this energy that's just almost vibrating my whole body.
Is there a difference in the energy where she's living now? Because she said coming back here, she felt like there was a totally different energy or a different amount of energy.
There is a different energy in the two places, but the energy will change at some point because she's the energy and she takes it wherever she goes, but it's how her energy connects with the energy that's around. And so far, things are just still not in balance there. There's got to be some balance. There's got to be some different things to happen that will change that so that it will get better.
Is there anything that she needs to be doing to balance it, or is it just the way it is?
Well, basically it's just the way it is, but she just needs to be patient and just learn to kind of just go with the flow, you know. Don't rush things. Don't push things. Don't worry so much. Just kind of live in the moment. Be in the moment. Don't rush. Just wait. Just wait and see. Because I think that there's going to be some big changes. I don't know what they are right now. I can't talk about what they are.
So the energy is her energy, and is it just the way she feels when she comes here? Is it the people, or is it the situation, you know, that there's an imbalance in the situation going on there that makes her feel lower energy?
Well, just that, a little bit of both, actually. I mean, the energy here is more comfortable. There was a lot going on when she lived there before, and so I don't know, there are just things that are just not quite equalized yet. There have to be some changes and some adjustment, but it'll come. But there's just more information out there she just needs to be patient, not push.
So it's not the difference in the energy, what's been talked about lately with the change in the energy because of the shift, the energy that's raising, you know, everywhere. This is a difference in her energy.
Well, that is affecting all of us, but that's not quite what is causing the negative feelings that she's having in her present situation. It's just a matter of waiting, having patience. But this other energy that you're talking about, that's affecting everybody, but it's at different levels.
Is that what causes the dizziness? And people have had all kinds of symptoms. But personally, me, yesterday, I kind of thought I was coming down with something because I would get dizzy and kind of like break out in a sweat and feel kind of nauseous. And I almost felt like I wasn't really there when I was at work. It was almost like I was not fully there. And I had all these symptoms. Is that from the energy?
Well, I think that this new wave of this strong energy that's coming through is definitely affecting you more than it might affect other people, because you're more in tune to have it affect you. I mean, you're ready for it. You want it. And so, for that reason, it's tumbling up your insides.
So I'm feeling it. Even though I don't consciously know that it's happening, I'm feeling it.
Yes.
Throughout my body.
Absolutely. It's affecting you physically, mentally, emotionally. But that's just you.
Well, I was thinking that I was like losing it because I've been irritable and all that going on, and I was like, I don't even want to be at work. I can't even hardly tolerate some of the people. So I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I thought maybe I'm coming down with something, and then we were talking about it this morning, and I thought, well, it could be the energy, because I try to listen and watch and read as much as I can from what other people are getting from these sessions, and I think today was what the session said. There was supposed to be a really strong wave of energy, and but it was yesterday that I was actually feeling, and the day before I kind of would get like dizzy spells, and of course we always go, oh, I must be coming down with something, but then the more we talked about it, I thought, well, it could be the energy. So it's kind of nice to get that validation about the energy. What are the energy waves? Why are they coming in? What is the purpose of these waves of energy? You said I want it. I mean, consciously, even though I've read and heard, I don't always believe everything I read and hear, but I just wonder what your take on what the reason for all this energy coming in is.
Well, because the whole vibration of the earth is changing. Changing and it's a good change. And there are other things that we really can't get into right now. But the whole earth is changing slowly, and it's a very miraculous change that's going to happen. But it's happening very slowly, and some people feel it more than others and more quickly than others. But there's going to be sometimes when it moves faster, this change, sometimes when it's very slow. But it's all happening in due course. And you can feel it You feel the change stronger than many people. And it affects you, like I said, in different ways. But it'll smooth out, and it may come back and affect you more. But then it'll smooth up again.
Will it eventually even out to where the symptoms will stop, or will it just continue to grow?
Well, I think you're having questions about decisions, and so that is also affecting you. But this wave, this new vibration is what is making you question these things.
So this wave and this vibration helps to make people question things, like, because that's what I was thinking, maybe this energy helps give people a little clarity, or make them think a little more about stuff they normally wouldn't think about, maybe.
Well, that's just like the word vibration. It is literally, this change is literally vibrating us as beings. This energy is causing changes that we can't do anything about, or wouldn't want to, but we don't always realize, most of us don't realize what's taking place or why these things are taking place. But it's just the process of the earth, this earth, growing and evolving, just like we as humans. Our earth is growing and changing too. And the vibrations that she sends out, naturally they affect us. They affect everything on the planet.
So the vibration is coming from the earth?
Yes, coming from the changes in the earth.
Okay. So what's happening that's creating the changes in the earth?
Well, it's just the natural.
Is it the energy waves?
Well, it's energy waves, but it's just the natural evolution of the earth. Just that natural evolution of change. Because as the earth spins, how can that not make changes?
And so the vibration changes, and it sends out different types of energy that affects everybody.
Right, yes. Yes. As the earth turns and rotates and evolves, it's sending out all this energy and vibration. And it's changing constantly. But as time goes on, those changes seem to be happening faster, and it's just bigger. It's just bigger now. There's just more going on with it. it's the destiny of the earth to change. That's what it's supposed to do. They're supposed to evolve, just like we're supposed to evolve. So is the earth.
Okay. So this is affecting some people more than others.
Oh, yes.
And you say it's because I want to feel this energy. Is it because it helps me to evolve?
Well, yes, that. But it's just that you are more open to and accepting of this type thing, of these changes. You're open to the new ideas. You're open to things that will come about as the earth continues to change.
Will the energy cause other people to be more open?
Oh, absolutely, yes. There are, this vibration, this change is affecting everybody. They might not necessarily be aware of it. In fact, most of them are probably not aware of it. But it is affecting them. There are people who have been being affected by these vibrations for most of their life, but they're just now perhaps beginning to say, oh, well, maybe there's something to this, or maybe beginning to open up more and be more accepting of ideas that normally they would not be open to.
So you said that it affects me because I have decisions that I'm making, and that kind of thing is affecting me too. We were also discussing this morning about why I get so irritable at work and why sometimes it just seems intolerable. And I thought maybe it's because I'm not supposed to be there that much. But then I'm like, well, maybe I am. I don't know. I'm trying to do as much as I can. And like you were just talking about people, is there something that I'm supposed to be doing that I'm not? Like, I'm trying to add some of the sessions or, try to inform people kind of about what I'm doing, and it just seems that nobody's even responding. There's just been a couple of people that's responded, and we can't get over it. We can't understand why we're the only ones that find this interesting.
Well, here again, you've got to realize that people are, how shall I put this? Many, many people are very backward, I guess you would say. They didn't bring anything from other existences. They totally left behind or forgot any of the things that would help them progress faster here. And so it's hard for them to take those lessons and use them here because they don't remember. They are molded here to have certain beliefs. And so it's hard for them to change. It's hard for them to accept. But these vibrations that are beginning to start that are coming on stronger and stronger every day, are going to be pushing these people. They're going to be reaching them at a faster pace. You just need to keep doing what you're doing. Be patient.
That's what I thought. I thought I was just being impatient.
Continue to read and study. That's very important. Continue to read and study and learn as much about your work as you can possibly know. Take the time to write down goals, to make goals for yourself. Take the time to really think about all these things that you're doing. Keep learning as much as you can. Keep reading as much as you can. And it will come. I think at this particular time, it is important. I know you're having problems at work, but I think that for the moment you need to continue to go there.
I think my biggest problem was worrying that maybe I am not supposed to be doing that I'm supposed to be focusing more on this, and I just kind of feel like maybe by being there that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I think that's my dilemma there, is that I feel like I'm not supposed to be there.
Okay, well, a lot of it, you can do both. It is important that you stay where you are right now as far as this little job. Mm-hmm. Because you're there for a purpose. But it's also important to learn to really organize your time. When you have free time, make good use of it. Don't spend time worrying about things that are unimportant. Ask for help. You know, if you have things that you feel that need to be done, then get help with it. That way you'll be able to spend time concentrating more on your learning process, learning the things that you need to do to build up your clientele. And it will come. But here again, patience and this new rush that we're feeling from the earth is going to make some changes. So just stay on an even keel. Keep learning. And you're doing everything right. So just have a little patience. I know that sounds...
I try to just think, well, if I just have faith and know that everything's going to work out, but I don't want to do that and blindly not be doing something I should be doing. And so that's why I get kind of disgruntled about, well, maybe the reason I feel like this is because I'm still sitting where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be doing this. But I feel like there's so much to do.
Well, I talked about taking time to study and read and everything, but there's another very important aspect to this, and that is that you spend time freeing your mind, that you spend time alone so that you can concentrate and meditate. That is really important. That is something that you're probably not taking enough time to do because you do have a very busy schedule. But that's important too. So don't forget that. That's something you need to be. That's something you need to be doing, because that really will probably bring you more information and set you on the right path when you need to be on that path faster and quicker than reading or studying or whatever. And that's self. Gaining that knowledge from self. Gaining that knowledge from your higher self, who knows you better than anyone, who knows what you need to know, who can tell you what you need to do and when to do it. So you've just got to spend time talking to her.
Yeah, I get that a little bit every morning. I get little snippets here and there, from dreams. And
Well,
I think my only meditation is probably just like when I zone out right in the middle of whatever I'm doing, whether it's washing dishes or, whatever, because I catch myself sometimes and I'm just like I was totally in another world. But
okay. Well, those little moments before you sleep, before you wake, as you're waking up, that is the state that you need to create as often as possible. You need to create that state. And that will teach you more than anything. So take the time to really learn to focus and go there, because that is going to help you more than anything.
the only way I know to create that state is to go to sleep and wake up. To
Well-
take lots of naps.
Well, naps are good. Yes, naps are very good. It is like going into a state of sleep that just when you're going in or out is very enlightening. It can be very enlightening. So yeah, if that's the way you want to do it.
Maybe that's why I've been waking up all morning. Like I wake up several times in the morning and go back to sleep and wake up and go back to sleep. And I do. I'll remember what I was dreaming or whatever, but maybe that's why. Because that's like, I'll wake up and I'll think of something and I'll remember what I thought of. I'll go back to sleep and then I'll wake up again a little while later and I'll remember what I thought of the time before.
Right.
It's almost like information coming in.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And you need to create more opportunities to gain this information. Because this is information you're not going to get from anywhere else. So you need to create the opportunities to receive that information.
Well, is there anything that you think that we need to know, or Nancy needs to know, or the world needs to know before we end the session?
Wow. The world,
Well, since I've been, putting some of this stuff in my website blog, if it's anything, I don't think the world will see it, but my friends will see it. If I do, if it's something important that needs to be put out there.
Well, I think we already have covered the fact that there's an energy that's coming from the earth now that's never been there before, not in the strength. And
is that what the Schumann resonance is picking up? The thing, I think that's how you say it.
Oh yes, I think it's just affecting everything and everybody, whether you know it or not. I really don't know of anything else that that we need to cover that we haven't covered today. No, I think we're good.
Yeah, we covered a lot. We talked about a lot of things. Wait, there was one thing I was going to ask you about. When the first time we did this and you got up and went and got the mask and the lights were flashing, what were those? What were the lights? Because I didn't see any lights, but you were seeing them. Was that energy?
That was flashes of intense energy. But it was also the energy of all the people that are in my group. They were showing up. They were there. And there was all this energy that was just bombarding me, and they were all talking at once, and I just couldn't. I was like, go away.
You were being distracted by the lights.
They were distracting me. I couldn't think or anything because so I got my blindfold and shut them out.
Okay, what about, we also discussed something else, and I wrote it down here to remind myself. Nancy went to the doctor a couple months ago, and they did a blood test and told her that she no longer has this disease, hepatitis C, that she got when she got a blood transfusion back in 1984. And we just wonder what happened with that.
Well, that was all taken care of by that first session that we had, and that was part of the light thing too. All of the energy of all these people were coming in to just say, and they just sort of took it away. So that was part of that too, and that's why it disappeared.
Okay, so we had all this energy, because it wasn't mentioned. I mean, I did a body scan and nothing was mentioned about it. I didn't even know about it until it was gone, and they were like, oh, things like this just go away sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really see any need to pinpoint every little thing that was taken care of. There were a couple other little things, nothing big, but, it went away, and that's okay. No need to talk about it.
So does the energy of these sessions affect me also? Even though I'm not the one that's under hypnosis, does it affect my health, or are there things that, with me doing the sessions, does it affect me positively?
Oh, absolutely. That is such a gift. being part of that and being able to facilitate these sessions and everything. And of course it affects you positively also. That's a gift that you receive from gaining this knowledge and passing it on and helping other people to reach these states. Of course it affects you positively also.
So is it a gift for doing the work?
Yes.
Is it the energy that's helping to heal, or?
It's helping you in many ways, but it's all very positive. And it is a gift. It is a gift that you gain because of what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I mean, I noticed I've been a little under the weather a couple of times, but I just thought my immune system was a little higher than it used to be. Kids get sick, and I don't seem to get as sick if I do get sick. And I thought, well, maybe. Well, and too, with the anxiety thing, it seems like if a person comes to me and we do a session and one of their major concerns or one of their major things is anxiety, that's like that happened, then it seems like my anxiety level also goes down.
Well, like I said, each of these sessions affects you in a very positive way because you are absorbing this energy just as they are, just as your client is absorbing it. And so, you know, it affects you positively. Your good things are going to come from this.
And also, I think I learn a lot from the answers that their higher self, not just me asking about me like I did this time, but asking questions that they have. It helps me, and I think that's why I feel like it would help other people for me to put it on my blog or whatever, because I feel like some of this information is so helpful, whether it be like what kind of foods to eat that are more, you know, better for you. I mean, everybody knows fruits and vegetables are better for you, but I mean, there's, you know, or the fact, you know, most people wouldn't think about the fact of what you said about, well, you know, we use food for everything, comfort, and if you skin your knee, or I don't think most people look at it that way, and for it to be put in such a simplistic terms for everybody to understand, and then they're realizing, oh, now I know why I'm going and getting that ice cream.
Right.
Because I'm trying to comfort myself.
Well, part of what you're supposed to do is teach these things, and a blog, the internet is the way to go. A blog would be really a really important and good way to get these messages across and to touch other people's lives and make them begin to see more clearly.
And that's what I've been doing, and I think that's why I've got a little frustrated, because I'm not a typist, but I'm getting a lot better at it now that I've been typing up these sessions, and just trying to use that time, like you said, wisely, and try to, you know, at least use an hour or so to get a session typed up and to put it on there so that I can share it with people, and maybe one person or two people would think, oh wow, this is interesting. Not so that they'll come and let me do a session, which would be wonderful, because I think everybody should do one, but maybe it'll open their mind up to, you know,
yes,
that this is actually a reality, that we actually can communicate with our higher self in this way.
Well, absolutely. I mean, everybody should be in touch with their higher self, because your higher self is so much more knowledgeable and just to be able to make people understand that they can do that, that is a possibility, that you can bring forth your higher self, and that you can learn from your higher self and put you on the path that you need to go. That's so important. It's important for you to put your stuff out there, to let people know. And even if you think that no one is responding, they're responding. They're responding. So don't ever think that you're not reaching anybody, because you are.
So we were talking about earlier that maybe they're just afraid of what other people will think, because we live in a part of the world, part of the country that is very conservative. They believe that this is, well, what would she say, hocus pocus, or or it's of the devil, and it's actually been said. I mean, I even had one guy that says, I talk to dead people. I don't talk to dead people. I mean, I guess I do, but I mean...
Yes.
So people are afraid to respond in some way, afraid of what people will think of them, or that they'll be labeled as...
Right. Well, yeah, but not only that, it's just that once they are subjected to this type of thing, once they are touched by, especially now with the more intense vibrations that are coming forth and everything, it still takes a while for these people to grasp exactly what's going on. You yourself have been confused about, what should I be doing this? Should I be doing more of that? Should I be doing less of this?
I still go through that every day.
But these people are, you will find very, very few who are as highly evolved. And so it is so much more difficult for them to accept these things and to be able to acknowledge the things that they're opening up to. So it just takes time. But with the new wave of vibrations and changes in the earth and everything that are coming forth, things are going to start happening.
Is that vibration causing so many hurricanes, or is that just a natural thing, that the hurricanes and the earthquakes and all the things that have been going on, is that just a natural part of the evolution, or is it well, it's part of the vibration, and the vibration causing it because it's natural?
It's a little bit of both.
Some people think it's the negative thoughts of people on the earth that cause it.
No, that's not true. The earth, just like you and me and each and every person that lives here, is a being also. And the earth changes, evolves, and when these changes are taking place, things happen. So it's just a natural process. It's just a natural process.
And it affects everybody and every tree and every plant. The vibration is affecting everything.
Right, it does. It affects every living being, every living thing on the earth. But that's what it's supposed to do. That's how this is supposed to work out. There's a purpose to all of it.
So it's just all about timing.
Right.
There's a purpose, and it's all supposed to work out this way, and it's just happening the way it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's just like, there's a time for everything. And everything is going to happen on this time scale. Everything's going to happen the way it's supposed to. And nothing that we as human beings are doing here on this earth is really making that much of a difference. I know there's all kinds of things out there about, we're destroying the earth and everything. And there are some things that we could change. But it's all a process. It's all evolving the way it's supposed to. So that's not really something we can control that much.
So we're not affecting anything as much as people say we are.
Right. Of course, there are some things that we could do differently, but in the grand scale of things, those things are very small.
Okay. Well, if you don't have anything else to say, I think we've been doing this probably longer than we normally do, so probably ought to end it. So thank you, and it was good to talk to you again.
Well, it was good to talk to you again, too. We'll have to do this again soon. It's always enjoyable and enlightening.
I had also thought about doing this online. Nancy, we was missing it so much, we had thought about doing it online, and Dolores Cannon kind of was like, no, you could lose power, all this. I think some of the practitioners have been doing it online. I was going to ask you, what was your opinion on that?
Well, I definitely think that that's something that we could try. I'm not really certain how it would work out, but it's definitely something that we could, give it a try and see what happens. But again, I said I'm not really sure how it's going to work out.
Yeah, I've had some of the practitioners have talked about how they've done it, and they've had storms come through, and when they normally would lose power, they didn't, and they kind of feel like the they team, as they call it, our team that is assisting or around us, kind of keeps that from happening, kind of helps.
Yeah, saving us from ourselves.
Yeah, kind of helps it keep, from having any problems with it being done online. So, I don't know. We discussed it. We may try it. I don't know. So maybe I'll see you. I know I'll talk to you again.
Okay.
Soon. Thank you.
You're very welcome.